They're set. And they're off in the Coventry Stakes of 2024. Cool Hoof Luke got away pretty well the near side, and so too did Columnist, the black cap and symbol of honour. Camille Pissarro over on the far side with Up the Clarets and Reshabar, and fairly handy but keen in behind runners is Aaron on the near side, followed by Angelo Buonarroti and Electrolyte. Camille Pissarro over on the far side, followed by Ingot and Mr. Chaplin and Catalyze, as they are split in two groups. So Cool Hoof Luke is being followed by Columnist, symbol of honour at the near side, followed then by Aaron, and then Al Kudra. Midnight Strike, the maroon and yellow. Francisco's Piece, Yarmo B there just on the wing of that group, followed by Coward of the County, chased along. Well back is Star Anthem, and towards the rear is Nascimento. The field running down towards the two here, and it is just Cool Hoof Luke with Reshabar over on the far side leading that group. Trying to come through is Catalyze, Camille Pissarro the far side, then Mr. Chaplin, the actor, looking to stay on. Cool Hoof Luke the near side, still spread across the course. Cool Hoof Luke just with a fractional advantage. Reshabar over on the far side. Columnist is staying on. Coward of the County is picking up late. Reshabar the far side. Now coming Electrolyte the near side, running close to the finish here. Reshabar the far side. Close call here, very close. Electrolyte is up there with Columnist, and Reshabar the far side.
Ready, set, go! Off for the Queen Mary without here 11Q Windsor as they get away from the starting stalls. Leovanni and Words Clear, and also Flicker's Girl towards the left showing up well. Ultima Grace is in a prominent position as well. Seraphim Angel, the orange sleeves on the far side with Ruby's Prophet. Miss Rascals with that group, and Xanthia's up there as well with Truly Enchanting. Meanwhile, as they head down to the halfway stage, towards the extreme right in a prominent position is Flash the Cash and Ultima Grace and Enchanting Empress, and with those as well is Miss Lamai, and then followed by Casio with a noseband trying to get through into a prominent place, but they head to the closing stages. Ultima Grace beginning to weaken, Enchanting Angel going through, Leovanni storming through down the centre now to Xanthi in second position. Meanwhile, the near side, the leader there is Miss Lamai, and also coming out very strongly in the near side is Mighty Ariu as they race towards the line, but Leovanni's clear. Mighty Ariu in second position. More Lamb has probably got third to Miss Lamai the near side, and Miss Rascal was behind those.
They're off. The Windsor Castle Stakes, 5 furlongs ahead of them. Rudy's Pet getting out under the stands rail with a nose-banded 8 Nobody and the grey Garveldon. Over on the left-hand side, the grey Fuji Mountain is showing early speed, with End of Story in a yellow jacket. Chevaldegar on the extreme left of that group. Zabil Road is up there as well, with Honorary American and Vanguard in the green and white hoops. And then Hawaiian and Reposado from Artanian and Sensorium. Shadow Army is in the left-hand cluster. Gold Sleeves with the red cap. Calixo and Celtic Chieftain and Treasure Isle are also in that group with Rock and Roll Rocket. Meanwhile, across on the right-hand side, it's the grey Garveldon, who's burst clear under the stands rail of his group from Ain't Nobody and Rudy's Pet, and then Sayoshi and Aviation Time, and further back to Pont Neuf. They're already down towards the last furlong, and it's Garveldon in front. Ain't Nobody is giving chase with Aviation Time. Down the centre, staying on Carl Colston from off the pace, but as they come deep inside the last furlong, Ain't Nobody has swooped through to take over, and it's Ain't Nobody who wins the Windsor Castle.
And they're off, racing away 5 furlongs in front of them for the Group 2 Norfolk Stakes. Bedtime is one of the first ones to show over toward the far side in turquoise and silver, with plenty of speed towards the near side is Whistle Jacket in the green silks. It is Whistle Jacket and Bedtime wide apart, the disputing pair. Over on the far side, Tropical Storm with the noseband shows handily. Milford not far behind, along with Asterius and the man down the centre, tracked through by Loom. Then the orange sleeves and Catford Blinky moving force. The one who's racing a solo up the stand side is Arizona Blaze. Rock Hunter ridden over on the far side. Shareholder still travels well over there. Saturday Flirt is under pressure, and they're inside the final furlong and a half wide apart. Shareholder with the red cap, the far side moving through now to challenge Tropical Storm. Then came the ridden along the man, followed by Whistle Jacket and Asterius. Arizona Blaze trying to chip on in there, but they're racing inside the final half. It is Shareholder from Tropical Storm, Arizona Blaze, Whistle Jacket and Asterius heading up to the line. It's Shareholder to win the Norfolk. Shareholder in front, tight there for second, Whistle Jacket, Arizona Blaze, Tropical Storm the far side.
16 of them in the stalls, ready? They're off. The Group 3 Albany Stakes, 6 furlongs, 1,200 metres ahead of them. Out on the left, Nad Al-Sheba Snow in the noseband is up with a small group over there with Burning Pine and California Dreamer. Kylie of La Calche in the yellow and red, and Peregrine Falcon in the black and red is last of the small group that race far side of centre. The larger group being led by Convo with the striped cap and Heaven's Gate in the blue and orange, as now the groups converge, approaching halfway. Substitute in the blue and green is just in behind the leaders with Hot Darling in a pale blue jacket. Mountain Breeze in the raw blue. One from the right is Cradle of Love, and then further right to Royalty Bay. Fairy Godmother is trapped on heels in behind horses, caught in a pocket at the moment, Ryan Moore. The blue and orange alongside Twafiq. Simmering Spotted Cap is last but one. JV is last of all ridden along. They're moving on down inside the last 2 furlongs, and right down the centre it's Heaven's Gate in front here. Mountain Breeze is giving chase. Here comes Simmering on the right hand side. Blue Sleeves begin to stay on strongly. Heaven's Gate inside the last furlong. Now Fairy Godmother has found daylight. She's beginning to fly and is coming right over the top. Fairy Godmother with a withering run gets through the score, and it's Moore and O'Brien again.
And they're off and running in the Chesham Stakes of 2024. Moon Sniper away well. Motawahij burst out of the stalls and is very keen in the early stages. The green cap towards the left far side. A Defence Missile is fairly handy towards the near side. Metro Dubai is just being followed by Lazy Griff and Miss El Fundi. Shocker is towards the back with Hot Like Me, and also Pentel Bay is towards the rear. Bedtime Story in around about 7th place. The purple and white over on the far side, running on the outer of Duke of Monmouth, with Age of Gold in the centre of the pack. The Godolphin blue. Brian is towards the rear of the field, but it's the keen-going Motawahij that just leads them as they go past the half-mile marker and now running beyond halfway. Motawahij with Moon Sniper poised just in behind his Bedtime Story. Still there is Duke of Monmouth. Expensive Rose. Age of Gold is driven. Metro Dubai the near side. Miss El Fundi trying to work into it. The extreme right Lazy Griff as the field are about to run inside the 2. Bedtime Story now challenging Motawahij. Then Expensive Rose and Defence Missile, but taking over here it's Bedtime Story, and she's opened up by 3. Bedtime Story running towards the last furlong. Oh, good night, Bedtime Story. She's opened up by about 7 or 8 here. They're playing for places in behind, but Chapter 2 for Bedtime Story is a resounding win in the Chesham Stakes. A brilliant performance. Through for second, Pentel Bay. Brian was third, and then in fourth, Jewel of London ahead of Miss El Fundi, and then Expensive Rose and Age of Gold.